Hey, so what's going on, guys? I love the haters here, and welcome to Black Ops 2 for Noobs, episode 2. And today we're going to be talking about how to go ham with shotguns, because I got a sick shotgun gameplay over the weekend while playing split screen at my cousin's house. And I think I played it really smart, and I think it was a great game, and I think you guys can learn from it. Now, I don't claim, I'm not trying to say that, oh, I'm the best Call of Duty player, and I can give the best tips to you guys, but I'm going to do my best, try to give you guys some good tips from this gameplay. I'm not trying to say I'm the best COD player, because I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh, who makes you think you're so good at this game? But anyway, let's get into my class setup. Alright, so before we get right into the video, I kind of want to show you guys my class setup, just because I feel like this is a really strong class setup for a shotgun. I'm using the R870 because I feel like it's the most reliable shotgun, and it's just, I don't know, it gets a lot to one shots, it's very reliable, it's got a good clip size, and I like it. Definitely use a long barrel with it so that can kind of help out your range, and a laser sight I definitely recommend because it keeps the spread tighter, and you won't need to ADS because your spread will already be tight enough using the laser sight. As for secondaries, definitely use some type of secondary. I'm using the 5.7, but I definitely recommend the B23R simply because most people can't, most people don't have a really good trigger finger. I think I kind of do, and I kind of like using the 5.7. But if you don't have a good trigger finger and you want a gun that'll drop people at farther range faster, definitely use the B23R. It's completely better for you. And next off, don't use any attachments on the secondary because it's really not necessary, and it's going to waste a point for you guys, which we're going to be using to get perks. So, 2 wildcards you guys are going to need, which are going to be perk 1 greed and perk 3 greed, and that's because I like to use a hardline and lightweight or a hardline and flak jacket. In the class I'm using on screen, I'm using hardline and lightweight because honestly, a hardline is probably one of my favorite kill streaks just because kill streaks are kind of hard to get in this game, and a hardline definitely helps you get them faster. And lightweight because I like to rush around, but if you don't want lightweight, you could use ghost or flak jacket in place of it because there's lots of explosives in this game. Flak jacket will definitely help you from those, and ghost is good because you're going to be sprinting a lot using this class, and it'll keep you off the enemy radar, and there's always radar, and the enemy always has UAVs up, so this is definitely a good perk to use in place of lightweight if you don't want lightweight. Perk 2 is really not necessary because nothing here really benefits a shotgun. I can go into detail with that more some other time. And as for perk 3, I'm using dexterity, which is a must, definitely, because after sprinting, you get to immediately bring your gun up and aim, which is really good for shotguns, especially when you're rushing around. And I love this perk. I can't go without dexterity for shotguns. And I'm using extreme conditioning because I like to run around a lot and rush. So if you don't want to use extreme conditioning, tac mask is definitely a good alternative. Engineer is alright, but it's not really as helpful as tac mask because there's lots of concussions and shock charges in this game, and shock charges are super overpowered. When you get stunned, there's shock charges in this game. You might as well let go of your controller because chances are you're going to die because they screw you up so much. The tactical mask is actually a pretty good perk to use. That silence and awareness are kind of useless because the sound in this game sucks and they won't really benefit you too much. Plus, most people don't even use headsets, so it's not going to benefit you. I'm not using any lethal and tactical grenades in this because I feel like, not using them is gonna help me get better with my gun skill, and because they're not exactly necessary when you have a class like this where you can rush around really quickly and get to the enemy really fast. Obviously they do help if you do want to get rid of, maybe not use perk 3 greed or maybe not use perk 1 greed and just use one in those category. Then definitely put on some tactical grenades because they will help you out, but I feel like, they're not 100% necessary, but they do help when they're there. But if they're not there, honestly, you'll learn to do better with your shotgun. But let's move on. Alright, so enough about classes, let's actually learn something from this video. So, first off, right off the bat, you'll notice that I take a smart rushing route to get to the enemy team. And what exactly makes my rushing route smart? It's that I go straight to the tunnels, because I know that a shotgun won't fare off well against the enemies if I go to the top. Down here in the tunnels, I've got plenty of cover, as well as I have the ability to keep my enemies in close range, which is exactly what I want when I'm playing with a shotgun. So now look at the top view of this map. You guys can see that 2 of my teammates rushed left and 2 of them rushed right, and the same thing happens for the other team. That's typically how this map plays out because the average Call of Duty player wants to get straight into the action and rush the enemy team head on. Now, we want to rush the enemy team, but we want to do it in a smarter way because we're not the average Call of Duty player. We gotta be smarter than them. Notice the distance between my team and the enemy team right now. If I was to rush the same way my team rushed, there's no way in hell that I'd survive because the other team would be able to pick me off like a fish in a barrel way before I could even get in range to them. That's why I rushed downstairs to the tunnel area, because I had cover down there and I could keep the enemy in close range, and let's see how that plays out. You'll notice that I got the kill really easily, and that's because 1, the enemy was being stupid and sprinting around the corner, which is something you should never do, and 2, I was in perfect shotgun range to kill that guy. There's no way he had a chance to get me there. So right over here, I rushed the middle of the map. Not exactly the smartest decision, but it worked out in my favor because I knew I had my teammates coming up behind me, which is another thing to pay attention to. Always look at your radar every couple of seconds to make sure you know where your teammates are and where the enemy team is. Now, even if the enemy team isn't showing up on the map, by looking at your teammates and what directions they're in and where they're dying, you can tell exactly where the other team is going to spawn. So right over here, I got out of the top of there because there's really no damage I can do far range with a shotgun. And I decided to, stay inside this building because going to the middle, like I said, would be a stupid decision. So I come around here to try to clean out anybody else that's still in here. And you guys see in a second that, there's nobody over here. So I go right back into the tunnel. There's no point in me rushing that left side because there's a long hallway over there and I could easily get killed. So I continue going through here to go and find some enemies to kill, try to find their spawn. And right here as I'm going up this ladder, I pause for a slight second to make sure nobody's coming around, and then I go up. Turns out that there's nobody in here, and I decide to, maybe go outside, but then I realize that, look, there's two guys in that window right over there, and the way they're set up right now is called head glitching. It's where they can see your whole body, but you can only see the tippy top of their heads. So if I was to rush outside right now, I'd be easy pickings for them, because they could see my entire body and spray me down with whatever gun they have, and I'd have to be pinpoint accurate with my shotgun to even have a chance of getting them. So I decide, screw it, why even bother going there? Let's just go upstairs to see if I can have any luck at this spawn again. And fortunately, I see a guy right over there. So I come over here, cut him off, shoot him twice, and don't go after the second guy over here because I know that if I go after him, even if I get the kill, my entire back will be exposed to the enemy team and they'll be able to pick me off like it's nothing. And I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to make a smart decision and keep moving along, stay over here, try to find some cover. Now, I go back into this building and fortunately for me, if you guys will see in a couple seconds right here, this guy decides to turn around and come back, so I get to kill him anyway, with some bad aim if I do say so myself. And right here, I kind of make a stupid decision. I sit here in this corner thinking that, a couple of enemies will rush out and I'll kill them. But what I really should have done is gone back into that building because there's more cover in there, and I wouldn't have gotten killed like I just did. So right here, I call in my lightning strike, do I even get a kill? Yeah, okay, there we go. I got one kill with it, and I go right back into the tunnel because I know that the enemy team is on the other side, and that the best way for me to get over there is through the tunnels. So, making my way through here, doing the same thing as usual, coming up here, and I decided to take out my pistol because in case I get into a long-range engagement, a shotgun's not going to help me as much as my pistol is. And in terms of pistols to run, I definitely recommend that you guys run the B23R or the Cap 40. The reason I'm running 5.7 on this account is 1, because I don't have the B23 unlocked, and 2, because I can spam the 5.7 pretty well, so I think I can fare off with it rather than most people can, like much better than most people can, I should say. But anyway, yeah, so use the B23R, which is the 3-burst pistol, or the Cap 40, which is automatic. Anyway, so I'm coming back through here, and this is probably one of the best clips that I've gotten so far. Like, this is a super montage moment I go through right here. So as I climb up this ladder, I see that there's a lot of the enemy team over here, practically their whole team. I shoot this guy because I'm close shotgun range, you know how that goes, that's easy. Then I come here, and this is the important part. I see two guys, look how I approach this. Shoot one guy, and I immediately take some cover behind this, pop out and finish him off. Now, he was not expecting that. Now I come back inside to regain some health and, chill out a little bit. Turns out another guy's coming, so I shoot him. Once again, another simple kill. Now right here, I do a smart thing. I check the enemy spawn before coming behind this guy, and then I come take him out. Because I check the spawn just in case somebody else was to spawn there, and then I finish off this guy. Now, let's watch that again really fast, because at normal speed, I should say, because I think it looks really cool. Bam! Just like that, I finish off the entire enemy team, lighten up the feed with freaking my name 3 times in there, and it was sick, and everybody thought it was crazy. Anyway, so when you play smart, there's a better chance for something like that to happen. If I was to just rush those guys straight on, that second guy would have killed me, and I would have only gotten 1 kill. But instead, I got the entire enemy team, and I lit up the feed really cool. So right here, some more smart decisions. Come around here and finish off this idiot jumping around the corner. What are you doing, brah? And that guy was too far, so I come inside here, decide not to face him head on, throw a stun outside, and I know in the class setup I told you not to use a stun, but here I was because I hadn't, unlocked all the other things that I had in the class setup. So right here I shoot the chair for some reason, I don't know why, throw out my hunter killer, and then try to make my way out of here because my teammates clear out the area. So right here I make a dumb decision to go into the middle and look at what immediately happens. I get killed. Now let's look at this guy. Notice that he's already aiming down sight. He's ready for me as I come around this corner. Look, I pause it right here. He's already aiming at me. All he's got to do is get a couple of shots on me, and I'm done for. So that's why I stress not to go into the middle. But luckily for me, my hunter killer that I threw out got these 3 guys. So, karma's a bitch. What can I say? So right here, I was kind of pissed off that I got killed by that guy. So I made a dumb decision to rush right back into the middle. I don't know what I was thinking, but it kind of works out. Notice how I juke around this thing and take cover, take out this guy, and how I'm still going left to right to make sure that I have cover, and that if I see somebody, I can go and hide behind this thing. I saw somebody go left, but my teammate's going to take care of him. Throw my stun over there, just to screw those guys up. Take out this guy, but don't get the tags, because I know it's going to be too dangerous to stay in the middle for too long. But then I see that my team starts spawning here, so I'm like, okay, the enemy team's got to be on the other side. Let's come upstairs, let's take a little break, reload my gun, and then try to approach this in a different way. So as you guys can see, I took a little breather right there, and now I'm getting back into the action. I checked the middle, but I don't exactly go in there because I'm like, you know what, can't make a dumb decision. And it turns out there was a guy right here that I killed, so it works out in my favor. Now let's go back through the tunnel and see what more damage we can do to the enemy team. It turns out that one of my teammates spawned there, so I immediately take that as a sign that that place is safe. So let's turn around and go over to the enemy spawn, and now go over to the new enemy spawn, and then see if we can do some more damage on this side now. So come over here, and once again, I'm careful in my doorways. I don't just rush out of a doorway mindlessly, because that never amounts to anything good. And right here you see some trigger finger action right there. It's not the best one, but it gets the job done. That's what she said. But dirty mind aside, let's go and let's get back to the gameplay. So nobody in here, enemy team spawning over there again. So as you guys noticed, there's lots of spawn flips in this game. So that's why you always have to be mindful of your UAV and making sure that you know where the enemy is spawning, so you don't run into the enemy team when you're not supposed to. Anyway, I'm back here in the middle, but I decided, you know what, fuck that. I'm going back under the tunnel, because there's no way in hell I'm going to make a mistake and get myself killed. I'm having a great game right now. Why ruin it by going into the middle and doing something stupid? So right here, calling my UAV, and I decided to turn around and get this guy over here that was on my left, because this guy might be, this guy is definitely easier for me to kill, because he's one guy instead of an entire enemy team, and I can get to him faster. So right here, I can't actually find where the hell he went. Turns out that he went upstairs, and there we go, finished him off. So another thing you'll notice about this gameplay is that I'm getting a lot of kill streaks, and that's partly due to the fact that I'm playing smart, but mainly due to the fact that I'm setting myself low kill streaks that are easy to attain. Now, that's another important thing to take into account. When you're using a shotgun, you're probably going to be dying more often than when you're using an SMG or an assault rifle, because of the limited range, and you may not be used to it. So it's better to set yourself low kill streaks that are really easy to get. That way you'll get a lot of kill streaks and benefit your team and yourself, and not get so frustrated that, oh, I'm not getting my kill streaks. And right here, I get killed, and, death is inevitable, so there's really nothing I could do about that death. That's one of those average deaths that happens. I couldn't have, played any better or any smarter to, avoid that. Right here, I failed with my stun grenade, but luckily I picked off this guy because he sucks at shooting and he has bad aim. Or maybe he's just oblivious to the fact that I was there. But over here, I took out my pistol just in case to get into a long-range engagement, and I sprinted into this building because I saw that Hellstorm missile. I was like, shit, get inside! But yeah, I did that pretty successfully, if I do say so myself. Right here, I get shot from behind, and I probably could have avoided that death if I was able to hear that guy, but the sound in this game sucks. You can't hear footsteps, which I blame Treyarch for, which kind of bullshit. You can't hear footsteps, but you know what, whatever, it's just another death, big deal. Still having a great game. Right there, I got pretty pissed off at this, because that guy was sitting in the freaking corner. He didn't move a single step. He was just chilling there, and he got me, and I got kind of mad. Campers pissed me off. It pissed everybody off. But if that's the way you gotta play, then you know what, whatever. Anyway, over here, once again, staying to the tunnels, making sure I check the corner for this guy, just in case he's not camping there again. And luckily he wasn't there, but actually not luckily, because I probably would have finished him off that time, because I was expecting him. But anyway, come over here. This guy over here thinks he can take out my two teammates, but I'm like, hell no, you're not going to do that with me around. Then I jump around this corner with a gorgeous dolphin dive to check the spawn, and it turns out that there's nobody here. But that would have been a sexy ass kill if I got that. And I'm all about the sexiness, because I'm a sexy person, and that's the way I play Call of Duty also. I don't know what the hell that was. That was a little bit of my stupid side coming around, my little childish, immature humor. But anyway, once again, back in this tunnel like the little loser I am, sticking to tunnels, being a troll. Actually, trolls are in bridges. Anyway, I don't know what I'm babbling about. Teammate over here is being a gangsta, stealing the enemy team's care package. I wonder what was in there. And I have nothing better to do, so it's like, let's go around this corner. There's a free tag. So over here, shoot this guy, take cover, and shoot that guy. And notice how I moved back with every single shot. I think that's really important to stress, because if I just stayed out there and kept coming around that corner, I would have gotten taken out. Right here, that guy shot at me, so I was like, fuck that, I'm getting out of there. So I came back inside, took some time to regain my health, and I'm like, oh look, I got a hunter killer, let me go throw this. So Actually, did I even throw it? There it is. Okay. I'm about to throw my hunter killer right now, and I'll get inside this building. That guy's a complete moron. What are you doing, buddy? Completely oblivious. And I come in here, I see this guy over here, take him out, got myself another lightning strike. I'm like, oh shit, the game's gonna end, so let me call this in right here. I think I got like 1 kill with it, despite the fact that the enemy team was spawning here, but that's okay. Right here, look at the radar. That guy showed up on my radar, and I immediately turned and took him out, and comes back to, you know, checking your radar every so often, just to make sure there's nobody behind you. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I think I finished this game 32-5 with 17 confirms, which is pretty goddamn good if I do say so myself when using a shotgun. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys use these skills in your gameplay. And please leave a like if you stayed this long, because this video took a lot of time and effort to make, and I really enjoy making it. So I really like to see likes and, you know, comments and all types of feedback basically. And it just makes me happy, guys. Please do it, and subscribe if you're new here, because I'll be bringing lots of tips to you guys. Only the best tips. I don't do those little bullshit tips that anybody can figure out themselves. I try to bring you guys other tips that, you know, that aren't very obvious. Anyway, like I said, I gotta get out of here. Please leave a like, and I love you.